Hey, gaming family. I'm your host, Cheyenne, and you've made it all the way to video 7 of our series. You'll remember that in our last video, we built out levels 5 and 6 of our obby. And in level 6, we made a blue floor to represent our ocean. But what if I told you there was a better way to add a realistic ocean to our obby? It would be great if our game could be as realistic and immersive as possible. So let's get started. To make our ocean more believable, we can use a tool called Terrain. It has a lot of great options to choose from so that you can create an ocean as well as islands. Click on the Terrain tab in your navigation or selection bar. You should see a new screen below the toolbox called Terrain Editor. In the Create tab, we can press Generate to make our first ocean. You will see a light blue clearish box that represents your default area you want to cover. You can adjust the size the same way you would a block part. You can also change the depth of the box by expanding along the y-axis or downward. In the Materials and Settings drop-down menu, you can choose which type of biomes you want to include. Let's select Water and Dunes to create islands. But don't worry, our player won't be vacationing here. This is not the Bahamas. It's still going to be a very challenging game. Next, click Generate, and you will have a beautiful blue ocean. Let's change the ocean color to a deep sea ocean blue. Go over to your Explorer and select Terrain in your workspace. Then go to the Properties screen below and change the water color to a navy blue color. Let's add a couple islands to the water. Select the Edit tab and click Add. Go to the area where you want to put the island, then drag and hold to create your shape. You can drag in any direction. Now the ocean looks amazing and healthy. Let's add our remaining obstacles to make it across the ocean. Once we have added all the extra features we want to our obby, the last thing we do is add an area where you go once you win. I mean, of course, right? Let's look for a winner's area in the marketplace. There are many options to choose from. Some objects in the winner's area have many different types of features that the avatar can interact with. But I want to choose one we can make our own. You understand? We gotta be different. Choose the option, then drag and drop it to where you want the winner's area to be. I want to add it after the last obstacle of level 6. Rename the model in the Explorer to Winner's Area. I want to add a disco floor that changes color when we enter the winner's area, like this. Hit it! Woo! Hey, ho, hey. Drop it low to the floor, let it go. Let's start with one square block as our template, then copy and paste many blocks together to create our floor. In the Explorer, rename it to Disco Block. Let's add a script to the disco block and call it Change Color. Let's connect the script to the block part. Add a local variable called Disco Block. We want the color to change to a random color every second. We can grab the brick color property and then use another built-in function called Random and set its initial argument to 3. If you remember from our previous video, we used a while loop to loop over our appear and disappear functions. While the condition is true, the loop will continue to run until it turns false. Then, we used a built-in function called wait to set every time the block appeared and disappeared. Let's use the while loop to continuously loop over the block and assign it a random color every turn. I want to wait 1 second before the next color is chosen. Now, let's test it out. Press play. Now that we have one block, let's make many more, put them together, and make our floor. After you're done getting your boogie down on the disco floor, let's add a rainbow sky for when the winner crosses the finish line. Go to the disco block. Then add another script called Start Rainbow. Inside of the Start Rainbow, I am going to grab the lighting property from our Explorer. The lighting service controls the environmental lighting in a game. It includes a range of adjustable properties that can be used to change how lighting appears and interacts with other objects. Next, I will add my onTouched function and set my conditional to when the avatar comes in contact with the block. Next, hover over the lighting option below Workspace and click the plus sign on the side. The sky object is an object that, when placed inside lighting, will change the appearance of the game's sky. The skybox is composed of 6 sides, much like that of a cube. After the avatar touches the block, I want to grab the skybox properties from the Appearance drop-down menu and reassign them to the following code. Now, let's try out our new feature. I mean, we're not doing all this work for nothing. Press play, then jump in the winners area. The last thing we need to do is congratulate the character on winning the game. I mean, come on, they need their props. We added a banner to each checkpoint, but I want to add something a little different. Let's give the avatar a new hat and clothes. I mean, there's nothing like looking good and winning. You know what I mean? To do this, let's search the marketplace for Hat Giver. Inside the Giver script, it uses the onTouched function to attach a new part to the player. I want to choose the yellow hat with the smiley face. I am going to drag and drop the hat onto my disco floor. Then rename the hat in the Explorer to Winner's Hat. Next, I'm going to search the marketplace for Clothes Giver. Drag and drop the clothes onto the dance floor. I don't know about you, but I want to choose from a wardrobe, okay? Like, I need a whole closet. You can change the row of clothes to surround the area instead of being in the aisle. Select and open the clothes model, then go to the Edit section, click the drop-down menu on Group, and then select Ungroup. Now, you can move each individual clothes model to the position you want. Now we can choose from many different options. We have come a long way to complete our obby. I mean, dust your shoulders off. Okay, coders, we are officially at the moment that we have been waiting for. We are done with our game and finally ready to share it with the world. Let's publish. To do so, we need to go to File, Publish to Roblox. Published games are private by default, meaning only the person who created them can play them. To share your game with other people, you will need to make it public first. To do this, you need to find your game in the Create section of the Roblox website. Select the little gear icon on the right-hand side of the game. Check the Public option, and then click Save. All right, y'all, we just finished our game. I mean, I cannot believe that we killed it like how we did. I am so excited, and now it's time to finally play it. Are y'all ready? Because I know I am. Okay, let's go. I cannot thank you enough for being my day one in creating this obby. You should feel really proud of all the progress you've made, and I really encourage you to keep going. It's been such a pleasure. Please take care, and until we meet again, game on, fam. Bye now.